This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Joe Gentry, and we're here to talk about the Alferez Memorial Race. Good morning, Joe.
Hi, Nancy.
So start me out again with the history on the Alferez race and how you got involved.
I was on the Business Honor Roll Committee at the hospital, and Marianne Liddell Ray and Ann Diamond and Penny Boulder at the time were on the committee. And we're kicking around ways to get our honor roll patrons a little bit more exposure, and we came up with the run. We had been doing the 4th of July run for many years, and I said I'd help, and that was 16 years ago, and it's still going, and it's expanded. It's gotten bigger, it's gotten more diverse. We have a bike event, a duathlon, a 1 mile event, plus the 5K.
And you know, why is it called the Alferez race?
Peter Alferez, it was in his honor. And he was a longtime pathologist at the hospital, and he was a runner. And it was a way to honor him, because it was about the time that he'd passed away. And we talked to the Alferez family and Carlene, and they were very supportive, and kind of tickled that we were taking that approach to honor him that way. And we've stuck with it.
Okay, and it's always held Labor Day weekend. The date is September 2nd.
Correct. It's always the Saturday of Labor Day weekend.
Okay, and it starts where?
It starts behind the hospital.
Okay.
The 5K uses the bike path.
Okay.
Primarily. The bike event goes out the Misery Bay Road and down. It comes back through the Nature Trail Road, which connects Elka John Beach with Westfield Road.
Oh, wow.
It's not for a road bike. You probably need a mountain bike.
Okay.
Or an enduro bike. That event has grown, and there's people that race it, and there's people that just do it as a tour. So it's quote a race tour, and the 5K is the same thing. We have walkers that do the 5K as well as people who are competitive and run it faster. And the 1 mile event is for primarily kids, and that's a run walk as well. The duathlon event is you're in the bike event. And then when you get done with the bike event, you run a 5K on top of that. And that event's growing as well. So we're pretty tickled about adding extra things to the Alferez series of events.
Now, every year there's an honorary chairperson. Who is the honorary chairperson?
Ken and Marie Dully.
Okay.
They have been very active volunteers at the hospital.
Yes. And
they were, delighted to be the honorary chairs this year, and they're doing as much as they can to get the word out to people and get more participation.
You know, Joe, having Mid-Michigan come in and, doing that wonderful partnership with Mid-Michigan Hospital, our Alpena Regional Medical Center, the blending of the two, and it's been a great thing for our community. It's offering more services that we weren't able to get before. And, sometimes people just maybe think still, I don't know how, that maybe the money doesn't stay locally. But we want to let people know that any money raised at this event stays locally.
It certainly does. It goes to projects that are going on at the hospital, primarily in the cancer center, the remodeling that they have going on. Yeah, all the money stays here.
And it's a wonderful event. It honors people. And if you've never gone by to see the event, it's just amazing to see all the people together and everyone. So what are the different levels? What do we have to do to pay and participate? I mean, what's the cost?
Well, if you registered before August 16th, you're an early registration.
Okay.
And the events cost $25 to do the duathlon.
Okay.
$20 for all the other events, other than there is also a family rate of $70.
Okay.
Which makes it more affordable for people that have larger families that want to enter.
And there are a lot of families that do it as a family.
It is a big family event. We have a lot of supporters that support the hospital that come out, and it's a great way to kick off the Labor Day weekend.
And there are so many changes going on at the hospital all the time, new technology, new developments, all kinds of wonderful things. So it's a great time for someone to either step forward and become a volunteer or to actually participate in the race.
It is. In our corporate and our business sponsors, it gives them great exposure. And as Business Honor Roll members, they get comped entries to the
Okay.
to the event. So it encourages the sponsors to have their employees participate.
Okay.
And so from that standpoint, it does give good recognition to our Business Honor Roll sponsors.
And where do we pick up that wonderful flyer so we can register?
Flyers are available all over town. You can get them
Okay.
at Mid-Michigan,
Okay.
at the hospital. They're available at the Chamber of Commerce. You can come into First Federal. They're
Okay.
available there. Or you can register online.
Okay.
And the online registration is at www.midmichigan.org/race.
Okay.
And you can register online, which is probably preferred today by most people.
Right. And there's other events that go on there too. They have refreshments and things, and other people are standing around. And
We do. In the past, Ronald McDonald has actually
Yes.
been an active participant because McDonald's is one of the Business Honor Roll members. And he makes it kind of a fun thing to do. But there's lots of camaraderie, and it's a great day to be out at the hospital and to participate.
well, I want to thank you very much for being here, and I know it'll be wonderfully successful because it always is.
Well, thank you, Nancy. It's my pleasure to speak with you today.
Thank you. I'll be right back with Michael Blewett and Annie Hepburn following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last two guests, as promised, are Michael Blewett and Andrea Hepburn, and we're here to talk primarily about senior companions. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Nancy.
Good
so,
morning.
Annie, you're from the Alpena Senior Center, and Michael, you're from NEMSCA, and Senior Companion is a wonderful program that NEMSCA does. So, tell us all about the Senior Companion program.
You know, Nancy and I talk about the Senior Companion Program as it's the best program that nobody knows about. It's
Okay.
been around for over 40 years. This is seniors visiting and helping other seniors. We'll talk a little bit about this probably as the foster grandparents. Well,
Okay.
the Senior Companion Program kind of dovetails with this, and we do both at NEMSCA. But the Senior Companion Program really works to help seniors stay in their homes a little longer through the benefits of companionship, socialization, and really being an extra set of eyes and ears for a demographic and a segment of our community that may be a little bit isolated and without a whole lot of human interaction. Sometimes they may receive a meal delivery on their doorstep, but that's very different than
Right.
actual human contact and conversation.
But that your Meals on Wheels program is wonderful for that. I mean, if the mail's piled up and somebody hasn't taken the food, or if they haven't seen the guy in a couple of days, I mean, they call and they do welfare checks on people who do the Meals on Wheels program.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, when we deliver the meals, we have to deliver to a person. We have to deliver to our clients. So if they're not home, we leave a little thing hanging on their door to let them know we were there. But if we think they're home, we will just call and make sure. Or we've actually recently had somebody that was yelling for help when our driver got there, so we called 911. That happens more often than we realize. But then they get that help right away. And I mean, we've had people that were in the midst of a heart attack. So with both programs, it just, I mean, it's just those wellness checks, those comforting faces that the seniors need.
And you know, Michael, when you're a senior and you're visiting seniors, you know, you have a lot of like, oh, my hip hurts. Yeah, my hip hurts too, you know, or they have so many things in common, like the problems with transportation and medications and all those things that they can discuss and talk about. So it'd be kind of neat. It's always wonderful to collaborate with people who've been there and done that.
Yeah, and it so spans the gamut. You wouldn't believe the breadth of opportunities for folks. We have people that will help somebody who has a hard time seeing to be able to read or to pay their bills. But we've also got somebody who recently, the person wanted to go out on their four-wheeler and took them out four-wheeling. So we really try to match the gifts and skills of the companion with the needs of the client. And that's really the beauty of this program, is it can match so well for people. The companions that are providing the service, they wouldn't trade it for the world. It is really their reason to get up in the morning, to get out there and make a difference in their community. And the clients, they love it. I mean, if our folks are away or take a vacation or fall ill themselves, they really miss them. and
bet.
say, oh gosh, where are they? Where are they every day? So it really makes a huge difference. So we are getting word out for both people who need this as a service and people who would like to serve in this capacity. It is a volunteer program, but it is a reimbursed volunteer program, and we can get into the ins and outs of that if people call us.
Okay, and then how do you collaborate with Annie at the Senior Center?
Well, with Annie, she's the boots on the ground. The Senior
Yes.
Center, this is where our seniors are coming for
Right.
for meals and for activities. And so what we really depend on Annie and her staff for is to identify people who might have a need for this, people that are lonely, who are a little bit isolated, that might need a companion, but also those folks that might be great companions and don't even realize it. So anybody who ever needs a companion, I also want to turn around and say, well, would it also be good for this person to be a companion and to
Yes.
provide that service? Because our companions will tell you, they get far more out of it than they feel that they give.
Okay.
Right, so we're a workstation for the Senior Companion Program. So with our in-home services, we have our assessment completed by Mike, and Mike's in the home asking that client what they need, and if we feel that the need for a senior companion would be helpful. We have certain senior companions, we have I think 2 right now that we have clients with, and then we are hoping to get more of our population that's interested to be part of that collaboration with our in-home services, with NEMSCA and the Senior Companion Program, to have those
Okay.
partnered together.
Now, to have a companion come into your home, are there income guidelines or anything, Michael?
Not for the client themselves.
Okay.
To serve as a companion,
Okay.
there are a couple of eligibility
Okay.
requirements. One has to do with an income level, and the other is, of course, they have to be 55 years
Sure.
of age or older. We also encourage them to be able to give somewhere around 20 hours per week
Okay.
to this. So it is a significant investment of time, but again, it's one that pays that companion back in ways they can't even imagine.
Okay, Annie, now we're going to jump over to you for a moment here, and we're going to talk about your gardens there. I can see them growing. They look absolutely beautiful. What a great addition to our city.
It has been awesome, and I can't thank the community enough that they've all stepped up. Oak City and many other agencies have stepped up to help us make that program, as well as some of the ACES students have
Yes.
already been part of that this summer when they're volunteering their time. But it's amazing to see our seniors, the students, collaborate out there, work on growing. They actually made seed tapes, and then they put them in the gardens, and now we're actually seeing the food grow. So it's amazing, because with the weather, it was a little worried, like, is it going to come up? And everybody kept saying, are you going to get them? But now we're seeing it. And so when the students start school in September at ACES, then they will start at our center September 15th, actually helping prepare meals and working on their curriculum to serve it as well. So
Wow.
working and collaborating with the seniors. So
What a great thing. Thank you so much for making that happen in our community.
no problem. And like I said, we've had awesome support. So it's been a great experience.
Okay, Michael, so someone is watching today and they decide they want to be a senior companion. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
And that is just give us a call at the NEMSCA main line, and
Okay.
we can get them to the people they need. If they call, just ask for volunteer services.
Okay.
And somebody will be there to get the ball rolling, ask a couple of questions, but it's a fairly painless process as far as the application, and we do some great orientations, recognitions, ongoing trainings. So it really has been a wonderful, wonderful thing.
Good, and I'm sure there's some screening involved, so the companion knows, when they come in that they're a good person to be in their home. And you alluded real briefly there to foster grandparents, so are we in need of more volunteers in that program too?
We sure are. The foster grandparents are they're institutions around town.
Yes, they are.
And I've been in supermarkets, and kids will come up and just hug them because they had this foster grandparent in their classroom.
Yes.
But yeah, they're the sung heroes. I say the senior companions are the unsung heroes. The foster grandparents are the sung heroes.
Yes.
But they do an amazing job in a whole lot of different locations in the 12 counties that we serve.
So same thing, if you want to work with some foster families, some foster kids, work in the classroom, give you a call. You can tell them what the qualifications are, and don't let this be a long, lonely fall and winter. Give you a call, get out and about, help some people in your community, and feel really good about yourself at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Okay, anything new and exciting coming up at the Senior Center, Annie?
Well, our next event that we have started an Alzheimer's series, which has been
Yes.
a big, there's been a lot of interest, and we would hope to have more, but that will be coming up August 26th
Okay.
from 9 until noon, and we will be having Karen Jo Bennett, who's an attorney, talk on some financial, medical concerns, paperwork that you should have in place. We're also going to have our MAP counselor, Kitty Glumsky, talk about the services we serve.
Congratulations on the wonderful award.
She did. She won the MAP Counselor of the Year, and that's huge for our area, our
goodness.
center, our seniors. So that's
Yes.
awesome. And then we're going to be talking with Jessica Banish about the support group that's local here for Alzheimer's caregivers. So just to bring the awareness and knowledge and resources to people in our community on Alzheimer's and dementia, and we want them to have those resources. So that's coming up August 26th.
And anyone can find anything out just by stopping into the Senior Center and picking up a calendar or getting information right at the front counter. Everybody's wonderful there.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely. And just call the center and we will give them more information on that.
Thank you both. We're out of time.
Thank you.
Please stay
Thanks,
tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster. I'm president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Kathy Abraham, new director of the Alpena Volunteer Center. Thank you for coming and welcome.
Okay, thank you for having me, Dr. McMaster.
My pleasure. So we've worked together over a long period of time on a lot of different projects, but I know you've got a lot of irons in the fire, and why don't you share with the viewers some of the things that you have scheduled and things you would like them to know about?
Currently, the community education program is gearing up for our fall schedule. We have something for everyone. And under our cooking category, we have Mexican cooking classes, how to can tomatoes while making chips and salsa, preparing venison, candy making with the staff at Stony Acres.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, and we also have creative cupcake making with a professional cake decorator. And this year we have a baby-led weaning class. This is actually a new approach on how to introduce your baby to solid foods.
Wow.
Yeah, and we have a registered dietitian. She's also a certified eating psychologist. So this is really good for new parents.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I just have to veer off on that. How did you think about, how did you set that up? I mean, to describe how that class came to be.
Well, the instructor also does a veggie class for us. And she just had a 10-month-old baby. She had a baby, she's 10 months old, and she started talking to me, and she just said she was certified in eating as an eating psychologist, and what I thought about this class, and I thought, great. If this is the new approach so that they don't gag, they learn how to eat their food properly. So we're going to give it a try, and anybody that is a new parent, I think this is going to be a great class.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So I might have jumped ahead a little bit. You and I know, but could you share with the viewers what Community Ed is and how it may differ in some ways from the kind of the for-credit academic programs of the college?
Right. The Volunteer Center has the Christmas Wish List. As you know, it's a great charity event that actually matches donors up with children that are in need of Christmas gifts. The Community Education, which we're talking about now, offers short, inexpensive classes that are non-credit, and usually they're one evening. Some of the classes that I'll be talking about are longer than that, but they're fun. I'll be teaching 2 of them, and just making a difference in the community where the community needs are. So I'm hoping to make a difference.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
Yeah.
And making a difference in the community is such an important thing
Right.
for a community college to do. I think folks sometimes hone in on certificate, associate degree, or transfer, but we do a range of things, and Community Ed is one of them.
Right. One of the things that I do, I submit evaluation forms to all of the students. Anything that they're interested in, I try to add to the next semester. So for instance, right now we have an interest in golf lessons, and I'm looking for a ballroom instructor. So if anybody's interested and has a talent and wants to share, please contact me. And you do not have to be certified, you do not have to be degreed. If you're interested in sharing your information, just give me a call on 358-7271.
Cool.
So yeah, we have other classes that are coming up. Under our health and wellness, we have addiction and the brain, genealogy, and the do's and don'ts about traveling. And this is going to be conducted and hosted by the Worldwide Travel Agency. And anyone that registers can actually enter into a drawing to get a set of luggage free.
Wow.
No purchase necessary. And then we also have do-it-yourself with the staff at Home Depot, and they will be conducting a class on putting your garden to bed. And this year we have Energy Vampires Among Us. And that is actually going to be led by a DTE energy specialist, and it's going to actually show people how to save their energy, make their home energy efficient.
Wow.
And the big one that we have is a winemaking class for
Sure.
beginners with Stony Acres. And what they will do is have a history and understand the process of winemaking, and they get to make their own, they get to select their own wine, and they make it, they go through the process, and they actually have a personal label on that also.
I was
So-
fortunate to have an opportunity to taste their wine this week, and it was great.
Oh, good, yeah. So we'll be working with the staff. We've got a lot of fun classes. We have classes specifically for kids. We call it the Kids Corner, and the special needs. So it's from jewelry making to cupcake to no-bake to building birdhouses with a Christmas theme.
Wonderful.
So yeah, we've got good classes coming up, yeah.
Very ambitious.
Yeah.
So how many of these courses, these seminars, these short courses, will you be running this fall?
I'll be doing two. One will be the enchiladas lasagna style. So I'll be bringing my own heritage in, and it'll be a lot of fun. I've done classes before, it's a lot of fun. And the other one is I'm learning how to can bath style. Oh, I know we have a lot of young demographically out there that just are interested in possibly learning how to can tomatoes. So while they're doing a hot bath process, I'm also going to show them how to make homemade salsa with homemade chips.
Oh boy.
So yes, you'll have to stop by.
Yes, I will. I like that. You know, I have to reflect back on what you said. You were talking about golf lessons, and I'm participating in our Scramble for Scholarships weekend after next, and wondering whether I could get a short lesson on how to hit the ball straight.
Well, that's still in the works. But
Yeah.
anyone that's interested in registering, they can contact the Volunteer Center at 358-7271. And we are also at the Alpena Community College's website. And we also have a website that is www.alpenavolunteercenter.org. All of the information, our ropes course, what the Volunteer Center does, is actually there.
Wonderful, very well organized. We got about 30 seconds left. I would just want to ask you to reflect on the role of the Besser Foundation and their funding of this, of the community ed, and your thoughts about that, or give them a shout out, you might say.
Yes, we definitely thank you for the Besser Foundation. Their grant has been able to sustain us, and we are hoping that that will continue. We also have the Youth and Rec grant that provides us, allowing us to continue with the ropes course. So the Besser Foundation is a very big contributor to the success of the Volunteer Center.
Absolutely. Well, they're integral to the success of the community college in general, and we thank them for that. We thank you for what you're doing with community ed and Christmas Wish, and we thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.